congratulations.
I don't know if I want to be the last one of something, but...
Well, you're the first and the last. And you get this amazing, amazing artwork for your office or your home. Oh, no, thank you, thank you. And Martin, just enlighten the crowd for 1 minute. What was the best thing you did for one of the companies this quarter?
Well, helping them ramp up their sales in the US in less than 3 months, which is near impossible, but if you have good companies like the one I'm mentoring right now, Building Radar, it works.
All right, if you need help getting sales support, talk to Marty. Thank you, Marty. All right, now I'm going to hand it over to our most talented guitar player on the staff, the one and only Teddy Goldstein.
Thanks, Christian. I'll take that. Okay, good. All right, welcome everyone. This is a great turnout. It's great to see everybody. So we're going to jump right into the program now. These are the 7 companies that are going to be pitching. We have asked them to do 3-minute pitches, so we'll see how well that goes, and maybe we'll be dragging them off the stage at some point. But we're going to just try and give you they're going to give you a brief sampling of what they're doing, where they've come in these 3 months, what they're doing here in the US, and hopefully afterwards you'll stick around, have some more beer, and talk to the founders and find a way to get involved with what they're doing. So first up, we're going to start with Bunch. Daria, you want to come on up and take it away?
Awesome.
All right.
Hi everyone. My name is Daria and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of a company called Bunch. We're based obviously in New York City and Berlin. And we are on a mission to help every manager to become a great leader. How many of you here are leading teams or leading businesses? Awesome, amazing. So good to see so many entrepreneurs and leaders. And for how many of you does it look like something like this? That's awesome, congratulations. You're done here. Yes, so most of the time building businesses includes sleepless nights, a lot of issues, team trouble, conflicts, you name it. We all have been there many times. And while we're trying to actually create business results for our shareholders and, of course, for everyone involved in the business, we also are very interested in actually building companies that people love to work for so that they actually look like this when they come to work. That's usually very tough. Why? Because that means that we actually need to give a clear vision, to inspire when there is no light at the end of the tunnel, to give really tough feedback when it's needed, and oftentimes it feels like we have to be this every single day. Now remember back to that moment when you actually became a manager. Don't know whether you can, it's really hard, we tried this internally. How many of those things do you remember were you able to do or did you know how to do? Probably not that many. And it's no surprise because 58% of managers out there never received any formal training. Why is that? We do have training offers on the plate or on the market. Most of these offers don't actually work for today's leaders. Today's leaders are looking for something that they can immediately use, that is conceptual, that is personalized to their context, and that doesn't make them sit in training rooms for days and hours and days. This is a $359 million problem. That's basically the cost of misalignment, conflicts, and mismanagement in American companies alone. But if that wouldn't be big enough ticket, it also contributes to people feeling burnt out at work. Obviously, management is a big lever to actually help people to see purpose and value in their work. How do we solve this problem? We're developing an AI-powered leadership coach that is personalized, it only takes 2 minutes a day, and it does not judge. So you actually can admit that you don't know something as a leader, which is always very tough. We use our proprietary technology that we've developed over the past 3 years that is based in NLP and basically picks up signals from tools that managers use every day. As if, though, an app could solve a $350 billion human problem. Obviously, that's probably yet not enough. So this will change in the future. So our customers and our users inspired us to create a community that's called Teams at Work. and you see a link right here. I really highly recommend you sign up for it because it's full of really inspiring leaders from companies like N26, Amplitude, and others out there that are debating and discussing all issues they found in their teams and helping to solve them together. If you sign up tonight, you can win one of those exemplars. It's the new Ben Horowitz book. I'm reading it currently, I'm halfway through, so far so good. It's all about company culture and how you can make it work for you and your business. And it's actually really great, so we'll go do that now, lunch.ai. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for the German Accelerator to provide a home for us. It's been really, really wonderful. And I'm really looking forward to all the discussions that we will have.
Great. So, Tony, why don't you stay up there and
Here.
yep, we'll take one or two questions from the audience, and there's certainly more time afterwards to ask more questions. But if someone has a burning question right now based on what Daria said, does anyone have a question? You want?
Maybe what I didn't say.
All right, that was a very clear pitch, apparently.
No
So,
questions? No questions? Sure.
okay,
Yes.
there's
Yay.
one right here.
Go for it.
Stephanie will bring you a microphone, David.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can repeat your question too.
Thank you. Yes, my question is in 2 minutes, but I'm a professor, so of course that's my question. How do you make that interactive in 2 minutes, and what are you actually exchanging in that 2 minutes?
That's a very good question because we're basically working with different formats. So we have quick 2-minute videos that we give in order to inspire, and also typically we ask peer leaders to participate in the education, so to say, so actually share best practices. But the interactive part typically comes through the actual bot experience. So it's a conversational UI, so you can actually get recommendations based on something that's happening that we pick up in Slack, for instance. So we report, oh, your team seems down this week, like morale went down. Think about providing gratitude. You can use these in these statements, and so you can tell us whether that actually works for you or not. And so that's the interactive part.
One more, David,
One more?
did you have a question?
Oh my god, I recognize it from the video. Thank you so much. Exactly. 2-minute videos. Thank you for making one.
Glad you enjoy them. Just a basic question. I know you're probably experimenting with it, but what is the pricing and business model?
Yeah, so it's a subscription-based product, relatively straightforward SaaS. And what is not straightforward is that we obviously identified managers as our primary users, and those that know a little bit more about our business case, we started out actually as an analytics platform selling to HR leaders because we wanted to bring data into the decision-making around people. But then very quickly identified managers as a primary group who were like wildly signing up on our website, but clearly didn't get much out of analytics because they need the content and the recommendations. And so now we have a business model where we have a free product for managers that is basically on the market that every manager can use. And once we reach a specific critical number of users in one company, we approach them in a sales process. So, enterprise SaaS.
Great, let's give a big round of applause for Daria.
Thank you so much. Don't forget to sit down.
All right, so we're going to jump right into our next pitch with Building Radar. You have your microphone there. You have to turn it green. Yeah, there you go. Please welcome Paul to the stage.
Thank you very much, Teddy. Hi, my name is Paul. I'm one of the co-founders of Building Radar. I started this company because I was manually researching information about construction projects as a student and realized how painful this is and how hard it is to keep data updated if you do that manually. And today, for example, Building Radar extracted information and read more than 1 million newspaper articles, which is more than every one of you will read in your whole life. And we do this completely automatically, all around the clock. So what Building Radar does is we generate leads for one of the world's largest industries in the world, the construction industry. And we sell to every kind of company that makes money when a new building is being built or an existing building is renovated. So if you take a look around here, from like these beautiful screens to the elevators to the facade to everything you can really see or touch in a building, all of these companies are potential clients of Building Radar. And you can see some of them down here. And just really quick background, so we were founded in 2015. We're a little bit more than 50 people by today, just started out here in New York as well. And yeah, for example, per day we scan around 1 million documents and are able to identify 5,000 new construction projects, and all of this is done 100% automatically.
So now you can ask, does this actually work? And probably you should ask our customers. So one of our biggest customers is Schüco, for example, one of the world's largest manufacturers of facades. And we did a study with them just a month ago. And in the first 9 months of usage of Building Radar, this company was able to generate 14 million euros in additional revenue. So this is really a big impact we can have on these companies. And over the last couple of weeks or months, we had the pleasure to work with amazing mentors like Martin, who taught us to be less German and to make us ready for the American market, and taught us that sales is actually done completely differently here in the US, and here it's actually okay to call people and ask them if they want to become a customer. They call it doing business, which resulted in a lot of changes for us. And one of these changes was, funnily enough, us wearing lederhosen to go to a trade show here in Atlanta, which even coined a new term. They're now called Lederhosen because we sell leads. And we're here today because of 3 things actually. So the first thing is, if you know anyone, or if you are someone who also wants to grow $14 million in additional revenue, please talk to us. Second thing is, we're hiring. We're looking for smart, motivated people. There's 2 ways how to get into Building Radar. First one is you are a smart and motivated person. Second one is you are very tall. So afterwards you can talk to me or to my colleague Till.